So today we're going to do a little tour of our yard. This is the front of it. As you can see, it's just kind of gravel, whatnot. We have our hedges. They're doing really good. They're blooming. Mind the new car. The hedges over here haven't been trimmed. The neighbor kind of skinned them out enough that we don't want to cut them too much and kill them. But we have been doing a lot of work on the front yard. So we've cleaned out all the weeds here. We have some new bulbs that we've planted, some Japanese irises and such that hopefully will be coming up soon. Maybe not. Still want to know about the light pole. Don't know what's the deal with that. You can see that we don't have the dark green mound over there anymore. We fixed the leak in the sprinkler system. So we got to do some weeding and clean up under the bush there and do some trimming on these hedges and these rose bushes. We've cleared out the stump here. There used to be a huge big stump in the middle right about there. So we're getting ready to plant that. We got some trimming to do on the roses. We've cleared out this area. We're going to put in a hose thing here and clean this area up a bit. But the big one is this dead bush that was right in here that used to fill up this area with twigs. So this other bush has kind of been choked by that dead bush. And so we're hoping that it will recover now that that bush isn't there to block it. The hostas are doing great. They're just blooming and having a grand old time. I don't know what the little green grassy things are, but they come up with purple flowers too. There's still some more to trim on this bush, but we didn't want to overdo it.
I think they're daylilies.
Daylilies? They may be. We put in a new access to the zone sprinkler there. I think that's 3 or 2, maybe 1. But it lets us access the valve now instead of having to figure out where it's at. Again, there was a giant stump in the middle of this. It's been pulled. All the edging has been done except for under the hedge here, of course. We did a little bit of trimming on this one. We'll be doing some more once it's done blooming. Fixed the sprinkler head here. Our lavender is blooming really well. It's just having a grand old time and the bees are loving it. It's a little squished down right now because we did some weeding just a little earlier, but we also adjusted the sprinkler head back here so it'll be doing better for watering all of them. This right here is our news rose. You've seen a couple pictures of it in the past if you've been watching my Facebook feed or Instagram. This is that kind of pink with the dark tips. You can see that it's got some new buds going. And of course, we've trimmed up all the dead stuff off of this. It does look, well, most of the dead stuff. We missed a couple spots, but it does look a little bit bare. But it does have some new shoots coming in from the bottom now. The hydrangea is blooming. It's doing a nice kind of magenta purplish. It looks a little bit darker in person compared to what it looks like on the screen here. We have a couple of new bleeding hearts we put in. One of our old ones got kind of trampled by somebody we hired to do some weeding, but it's coming back, so we're good. And new flowers. There is some grass still here to get, but we did trimming up on this rose bush as well. Got as much of the dead stuff as we could. They look a little bare, but we're hoping they'll start filling in. If not, we may need to replace them. And same with this one. We cut all the dead stuff and the stuff that had disease and whatnot, so we'll see. There's some new shoots all over it, so we'll see, hopefully. More hostas blooming. This was a capped off head, and it actually is a fully functioning sprinkler. It was still connected into the system, it was just capped, so we fixed that, and we fixed this upstream as well with some quality pipe. We have our tomato, which is got all different sizes. Like you got the big ones here, and then you got little ones, and there's some medium ones down in the bottom. Our strawberry plant is enjoying a new upper level accommodations and blooming. It's got some really good strawberries starting. Our native geranium here is just having a blast, and then we added some more bee candy. So we have these 2 lavender trees that we planted in these pots with some of these little white and purple flowers. We've got 2 of them, and they're on rollers, so we can rearrange them depending on how we're entertaining. And then you said these were lily of the valleys?
Lily of the valley.
Okay, so our lily of the valleys have been weeded, and they're doing a little better. They don't have as much things taken. Now we did leave these purple and green these green little mossy looking plants with the purple flowers because they're really pretty. And you'll see better. Then this is Tig's little project. These are her dahlias. She's got 5 different varieties that she's planted, and they've all come up. This one is still a salad bar. Now, as I said about those purple and green flowers, this is what they look like when they take over and they're watered and happy and everything. We have a peony here, and then we have this peony here, and this whole area needs to be groomed a little bit. But back corner of what? Oh, yes. So my secret special reveal that I waited. So let's go back to the no man's land. Now, for those of you not familiar who've never seen it, this section of the yard was a disaster. It was grown over, and it was just weeds and grass and dead bushes and everything. And so here's the corner of the garage. There's the squirrel, and this is a bird feeder in 2 parts at the moment. The squirrel doesn't go in it, but that rests up on this, and it's got some seahorses and stuff. This was buried in the middle back in here. It had fallen over into this bush. So, and then we have our fern here, which is very happy. It's a little brown, but that's, you know, normal for it. It's also got a lot of nice new green on it. So this front area here was just nothing but grass. There was nothing else in it, and it's starting to come back a little bit. We're going to do more with that. But, you know, here's where that bird feeder thing sat, and it's got a pipe in it. I got to wonder if it feeds the bird feeder. We'll have to see. But so we got this bush. It's doing a lot better. Look how green that is. It was kind of an off dark green and not really happy looking. Same with that one. But the rest of this now looks like this and is ready for revamping and remodeling and all that. All the waist high grass and all the other weeds have pretty much been removed out of here. There's apparently a weed barrier under this, and there are sprinklers throughout.